Hi everyone, and welcome back to another interactive Tuesday. Today I am making a very special birthday card because this one is for my goddaughter who turned 5 last month. And if you know anything about 5-year-old, you probably already know exactly what kind of card we are making. She loves pink, she loves butterflies, she loves Hello Kitty, and she is basically the most wonderful, typically little 5-year-old you could imagine. And honestly, I absolutely love her for it. So, when I started thinking about her birthday card, I knew I couldn't make something too serious or too grown up. Nope, this card needed to be pink, cute, playful, a little bit magical, and most importantly, I wanted it to have a surprise. And that's where today's Interactive Tuesday comes in. I decided to use the Lawn Fawn Swivel Surprise die. I've had this die for a while and I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to finally put it to use. Because let's be honest, when you're 5, a card that simply opens is nice, but a card that does something, now that's exciting. There's something I really love about interactive cards. You give someone a card, they open it, and then they have to figure out what happens next. You pull something, you spin something, and suddenly there's a little surprise hiding inside. And I knew that would be absolutely perfect for her. Now, before we get started, I think we need to talk about my craft supply choices. Because while I was gathering everything for this card, I suddenly realized something. I may be just a tiny little bit predictable. The butterflies are Lawn Fawn, the little mouse is Lawn Fawn, the Swivel Surprise die set is Lawn Fawn, and yes, even the glue is Lawn Fawn. At this point, I think I can officially admit that I have a favorite craft brand. I'm not even trying to hide it anymore. The markers I'm using today are from Decotime, so at least we're giving another brand a little bit of representation. But honestly, if you look at my craft supplies long enough, you're probably going to notice a pattern. When I find something I really love, I tend to stick with it. Apparently, I'm loyal. Or maybe I'm just predictable. Either way, Lawn Fawn seems to be getting a lot of love in this card. I wanted the whole card to feel like a little pink world, because that's exactly what I thought of when I thought about her. And really, didn't hold back on the pink. We have a pink sky, we have pink grass, we have pink butterflies, we have pink everything. At some point I started wondering whether I was making a birthday card or creating my own little pink planet. But honestly, I love it. It feels playful and sweet and completely appropriate for a 5-year-old. And then, of course, we need a little friend for this little world. And look at him. This adorable little lawn fawn mouse is holding a heart-shaped kite. I mean, how could I possibly leave him out? He's just too cute. And I love the little heart-shaped kite because it fits the whole feeling of the card. Everything is just a little bit whimsical, a little bit silly, and very, very pink, which is exactly what I wanted. Then we have our butterflies. 5 butterflies, like the 5 years she's making. And these are another thing I knew I absolutely wanted to include. She loves butterflies, so there was never really a question about whether they are going on the cart or not. And I think I found a reasonable balance. Possibly. I am not making any promises because I am making a card for someone I love. I have a very hard time stopping adding pink stuff. I always think, oh, this would look cute here, and then I add it. Now we are getting to the part that makes this card Interactive Tuesday, the swivel surprise mechanism. And this is the part where I always have to remind myself. Test it before you glue everything down, because interactive cards are wonderful until the mechanism doesn't work. Then you are sitting there staring at your beautiful card thinking, well, that's unfortunate. So I'm taking my time here and making sure everything is lined up properly. And once I tested the mechanism and saw that everything was moving the way it was supposed to, I could finally relax and move on to the fun part, decorating. And this is where I think the card really starts coming together. The background is already this soft pink little world, and then the butterflies and the mouse start bringing everything to life. And I love that the card doesn't immediately reveal everything that's going to happen. There's a little bit of curiosity. You look at it and think, okay, that's cute. and then you start interacting with it. That is when the surprise happens. And honestly, that's exactly what I wanted. This card to be everything that she could actually play with. Not something that she just opens once, looks at, and puts away. I wanted her to pull it, spin it, look at it again, and hopefully get that little oh moment. And I think this is what makes interactive cards so special. They're not just something you look at, they're something you experience. And when you're making something for a child, I think that's even more important. Because children don't necessarily need something complicated. They just need something that makes them smile, something unexpected, something that feels like it was made especially for them. And this card definitely feels like that to me. So, after all of the layers, the pink grass, the pink sky, the butterflies, our little mouse with his heart-shaped kite, and of course the swivel surprise mechanism, we finally have a finished card. And I think we can officially say that we have met all the requirements for a 5-year-old birthday card. It's pink, it has butterflies, it has a ridiculous cute little mouse, it has a surprise, and it moves. So I think we nailed it. And even though this card is playful and silly and very 5-year-old appropriate, it actually means a lot to me because she's my goddaughter and I love her so much. She's at a wonderful age where everything is exciting, everything is colorful, and everything can become an adventure. And I wanted this card to reflect that. I wanted it to feel happy, I wanted it to feel fun, and most of all, I wanted it to feel like her. Pink butterflies, a little bit of magic. And I think that's one of my favorite things about making cards for people you love. You don't just make a card, you make something that reminds you of them. You choose the colors they love, you choose the little characters that make you think of them. You add the things that you know will make them smile, and suddenly you're not just making paper and glue into cards. You're putting a little piece of yourself into something you're giving to somebody else. And I think that's pretty special. So, there we have it. Today's Interactive Tuesday is officially finished. A very pink, very girly, very butterfly filled birthday card with one adorable mouse holding a heart shaped kite and a little swivel surprise hiding inside. Apparently, also a very serious demonstration of how much I love Lawn Fawn. At this point, I think I need to stop pretending I don't have favorite brands. I clearly do. And I clearly use them a lot. If you enjoyed spending some crafty time with me today, I hope you'll give the video a thumbs up. And if you are new here, welcome. I'd love for you to stick around and join me for the next Interactive Tuesday because I am sure there will be more cards, more crafty experiments, and more little surprises. Probably a completely unreasonable amount of craft supplies as well. Thank you so much for being here and spending some of your time with me. And to my little goddaughter, happy 15th birthday, sweetheart. I hope you love your card as much as I loved making it for you. Until next time, bye guys!